So if you remember, we were using Mapping the World with Art for both of my girls' history curriculum this year. And in my last video, I had given a review over this, and I had said how it was kind of over their head. So my fifth grader was moving on and just going to finish the Abeka 5th grade Old World History and Geography. And in my curriculum choice video, where I had labeled out everything that they were using this year, I had said we were going to use this, the Abeka history, in conjunction with the Mapping the World. But since that was over their head, now we're just using this. And I wanted to make it a little bit more hands-on. She is perfectly fine with me just saying, here, read chapter 1. She's perfectly fine. She enjoys Abeka history. She'll just take the book, just go to her room and just read it. That's perfectly fine with her. But we really did like the crafts and activities and map drawings that Mapping the World had. So I decided to go through this before, like, each chapter, and so I got a notebook here. So I've went through it, and I've wrote down questions for her to answer as she reads it, and I've printed off some lapbooking pages and things like that for her to put in this notebook. So, for example, she's on chapter 7 now, but I started doing this in chapter 6. So chapter 6 was over Greece. Okay? So I had just read every single thing in here, and I bought one of these disc-bound things. I think it's IQ 360 from Walmart, and it just, well, can't really do it left-handed, but it just kind of snaps off, and you can snap it right back into place. Okay. I don't like it. But anyway, okay, so I just went through her book, her chapter 6, and I just wrote down questions that I thought were important, and I wrote down various types of things for her to do, you know, match, like when she was reading about Greece and the Greek gods, you know, she had to match the Greek gods with what they were, you know, like Hera was the goddess of marriage and stuff like that, or fill in the blank. And here she still has to get it. She has to do an Aesop Fable lapbook page right here. In addition to this, she's also doing her timeline, but that's in her timeline notebook. And here's the Ancient Greece lapbook here. These pages I just printed off from homeschoolshare.com. And so this is just a quick little video over how, you know, how we're using something simple and easy, just reading it and making it more complicated. Just making it more hands-on. And yes, it is taking longer for her to do it this way, but she likes this. She likes hands-on stuff. She loves lapbooking, lapbooking. And I think by her doing this, I just feel like she's retaining more and she's getting more interested in it. So these are just, again, you know, little lapbook pieces. Paul's Journey. And let's see, she still has some more lapbook pieces to put in here. But I think that was all for chapter 6 as far as the lapbook goes. Yeah, and there's some I started ahead for chapter 7. But anyway, I just thought I would give that quick little rundown of how we are making Abeka history a little bit more hands-on and a little bit more fun. But, so that was the purpose of this video. But if you wanted, I guess I can do a quick little rundown of what exactly this is. This is from Abeka book, It is for 5th grade, Old World History and Geography. Rebecca. Unit 1 is on the Middle East. And you have like the Mesopotamia area, Egypt, excuse me, kingdoms and empires, the Middle East. Unit 2 is on Europe, home of Western civilization. So you have Europe and Greece and Rome, and then Christianity, the nations of Europe, England and the British Isles. Unit 3 is exploring the Earth. So then you have Asia, Africa, Australia, Oceania, and Antarctica. So, but throughout here, you're going to, work on geography stuff like geographical terms, circumference, diameter, stuff like that, landforms, bodies of water, the highest mountains, things like that, key facts. We have always really liked Abeka history. I think Abeka's history is a good Christian history, especially their 4th grade history is by far my favorite. I just feel that it's very strong Christian and very strong American with very strong patriotism, and it was just our favorite. Last year, when she was in 4th grade and we had the history, she was just, even after school was over and the book was finished, she would still come and pull the book out of the filing cabinet and just look back into it, and she just really enjoyed it. I'm just flipping, a few pages at a time here. Just kind of showing you how it is, but you just read a chapter, and there's some little question boxes here with questions to ask. I don't have a teacher's book. Well, maybe I do. I don't know. I don't really use a teacher's book for Abeka history or science. So we just read it and then just review the questions. That's how we do it. Well, that's how we've done it in the past, but now we're doing this. So let's see here. Trying to find the end of this chapter on the Soviet Empire. Okay, and this one here, it has a compare and contrast, or comparison, I guess, of life in America and then life in communist Russia. So it's a good comparison there. It tells about, like right here, Americans enjoy. Even prisoners in America eat better food and live in better housing than most Russians. And here in Russia, prisoners, their only food their efforts get them are cabbage soup, black bread, and tea. It's no wonder so many of them give up hope and turn to laziness, drunkenness, and despair. The greatest dream of many Russians and people in other communist-controlled countries is to be able to escape to America. Here's some how do you say it in different languages, counting to 10. Okay, now it's chapter 10. In Abeka 4th grade, at the end of each chapter, they had a chapter checkup question box thing. They had like 20 questions, but this one doesn't. But this is an older book. This one's been used several times before me. So let's see. This one I just showed you the latest, I don't know if you can see that or not, but the most recent copyright looks like was about 1997, so I'm sure they've updated it a few times since then. But anyway, I just wanted to show you kind of how we've adjusted our history for the rest of the school year. So, hope you enjoy.